Yo book nerds! I'm sorry if this video is a little echoey. I'm recording in our basement right now. This is eventually where my recording studio will be. We're still working on it. We don't have a lot of furniture down here yet, so that's why it's echoey. Once it gets more filled up, then it won't be so bad, I promise. But right now we'll just have to deal with it. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about a book that I actually read a while ago. I read it in college when I was getting my bachelor's degree, and I read it for a class that was about understanding literature and literature behind the literature. And I plan to do a video kind of based off of what that class was about at some point, but that will be kind of further into the future. But I was actually talking about this book with a friend of mine, and so that's what made me think of doing this video. So I wanted to do a book review for 3 Men in a Boat and 3 Men on the BUMMEL. This is actually 2 books in one. It's by Jerome K. And this is a classic comedy story. Since my edition has both books in one, I'll just refer to it as one book. But this book is hilarious. The humor is like slapstick comedy. Some of it is just like super ironic, and I just love it. It is my kind of humor. I want to read you some quotes. Don't worry, they won't give away the story. But basically, these 3 friends and their dog decide to take a boating trip in the first book, and in the second trip they take a bicycle trip. And I'm mainly going to be talking about the boating trip, but the second story is a very similar, same kind of comedy. I'm going to read you a couple lines from this book. So this line is describing the dog. Montmorency is the dog's name. Very fancy name for the dog. To look at Montmorency, you would imagine that he was an angel sent upon the earth for some reason withheld for mankind, in the shape of a small fox terrier. There is a sort of, oh, what a wicked world it is, and how I wish I could do something to make it better and nobler expression about Montmorency that has been known to bring the tears into the eyes of pious old ladies and gentlemen. I just love that description for the dog. Like, this dog has more class and elegance than our main characters probably do. So our main character's name is Jay, and Jay and his 2 friends, Harris and George, are the ones going on this trip with Montmorency, their dog. And so at one point in the story, this is very early on, so no spoilers, but Jay says this: I said I'd pack. I rather pride myself on packing. Packing is one of those many things that I feel I know more about than any other person living. It surprises me myself sometimes how many of these subjects there are. I impressed the fact upon George and Harris and told them that they had better leave the whole matter entirely to me. They fell into the suggestion with a readiness that had something uncanny about it. George put on a pipe and spread himself over the easy chair, and Harris cocked his legs on the table and lit a cigar. This was hardly what I intended. What I had meant, of course, was that I should boss the job, and that Harris and George should potter around under my directions, I pushing them aside every now and then with, oh, you, here, let me do it. There you are, simple enough. Really teaching them, as you might say. Their taking it in the way they did irritated me. There is nothing does irritate me more than seeing other people sitting about doing nothing when I'm working. Then he goes on a little bit later to say, I can't sit still and see another man slaving and working. I want to get up and superintend and walk around with my hands in my pockets and tell him what to do. It is my energetic nature. I can't help it. I just find that so funny because honestly, like I can think of a few people that I have worked with in the past at jobs or in school where they're the boss, but they're not really doing anything. They're just ordering everybody around. And I just think that's hilarious that I'm going to be the boss of the job. A little later on in the book, Jay says some more smart stuff about work that I find hilarious. So I'm going to read that to you as well. It always does seem to me that I am doing more work than I should do. It is not that I object to the work, mind you. I like work. It fascinates me. I can sit and look at it for hours. I love to keep it by me. The idea of getting rid of it nearly breaks my heart. You cannot give me too much work. To accumulate work has almost become a passion with me. My study is so full of it now that there is hardly an inch of room for any more. I shall have to throw out a wing soon. And I am careful about my work too. Why, some of the work that I have had by me now has been in my possession for years and years, and there isn't a finger mark on it. I take great pride in my work. I take it down now and then and dust it. No man keeps his work in a better state of preservation than I do. Like, procrastinator. Like, you have so much work and you take it off and dust it off and put it back on your shelf. And I have so much work that I haven't touched any of it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This whole book is filled with things like that. It is so funny. At one point in the story, they discuss why cheese is not something you should pack on a trip and why. And this whole book is just filled with things like that. The right way to pack, what to pack, and little life lessons that are just so honestly stupid, but they're hilarious. And I love this book. So if you have not read this, you should check it out, especially if you love comedy, if you love classics. I think this is a great place to start with classics too, because it's so lighthearted and you do not take it seriously at all. So please, if you've read this, let me know your thoughts in the comments and let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me. But yeah, this is just, I can't gush about it enough. I just think it's great. It's honestly like the Three Stooges. So read it, read it, read it, read it. And I'll just end today's video by giving you a little update on 11/22/63. I have under 200 pages to go. I'm on chapter 26 right now. So we are flying through this. I am loving every second of it. I cannot put it down. I am so invested in these characters and I have to know what happens. And I honestly, I feel like there's too much book left and not enough pages. I have no idea what's gonna happen, and I hope it doesn't disappoint me. I don't think it will. I have heard such great things about this book, so I just can't wait to see what happens. And I can't believe that I'm saying that. This book is about 850 pages, so I can't believe I'm saying that I wish it were longer, because I don't feel like there's enough pages left to finish everything that needs to be finished, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, loving, loving, loving this. That's all for me this week. Kind of a short video. I apologize for that, but it's been crazy, crazy busy still. Hopefully things start to slow down a little bit. I'm sorry about my voice on this video too, because I'm still not 100% better from my pneumonia. Hopefully I will be better soon. But I still get shortness of breath too if I'm working too hard. So hopefully that goes away soon. I also have been training a new person all week, and I'm really happy that we got this new person because I'm done working there in a couple of weeks. So I'm glad we have a couple of weeks to train together, because I really do care about my job and I want to see them succeed when I leave. So I'm glad that I can help by training in this new person. But I'm not used to talking all day, every day to train in somebody. So it's been hard on my voice and I'm honestly really tired from it because I'm just not used to talking so much. And so yeah, it's good though for me because I'm going back to school for teaching. So it's good to be teaching somebody how to do this and being used to talking so much, I guess. It's been really good. But like I said, that's all for this video. So please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and head over to my Facebook page if you want more content from me throughout the week. I'll see you guys next Monday. Thanks for talking books with me.